Okay, this is 5.md.3. So we're going to work on this. This is volume. So let's start off with Rochelle was able to complete, we fill a box with 729 cubes, each having 1 inch side length. She also used the side length of the box to compute the volume and found it to be 729 cubic inches. What are the dimensions? So we know that volume means its length times width times height. So, and my answer is going to have to equal 729. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with 7a. So I'm going to do 7 times 8. That gets me 56. And then I'm going to times that by 12. I can't do that in my head, so I'm going to take it over here. And I'm going to times it. 2 times 6 is 12. Trade your 1. 2 times 1 is 10. Plus 1 is 11. Trade your 0. Now 1 times 6 is 6. 1 times 5 is 5. So when you add them, you get 672. So the answer cannot be A. So let's try the next one. 8 times 9 equals 72 times 11. Once again, I can't do that in my head, so I'm going to come over here and do 72 times 11. 2 times 2 is 2. 1 times 2 is 2. 1 times 7 is 7. Trade your 0. Then I'm going to go here and do 2 times 2. 2 times 1. My mind is losing me today. 2 times 1 is 2. And 1 times 7 is 7. So when I go to that, I get 297. I get 792. Still not the answer that I'm looking for. So it can't be B. So now here I'm going to go 9 times 9 equals 81. And now I have to take the 81 times 9. So over here, I'm going to come over here and do 81 times 9. 9 times 1 is 9. 8 times 9 is 72. So I got 729. So my answer is C. Okay. Hector made the figure below out of the wood cubes. The cubes are units, cubes with 1 unit in each side. The unit cubes have 1 cubic of volume. And the question is asking what is the volume of cubic units that he used. So let's look at this. I'm going to break it into different parts for you. So I'm going to do this figure right here. And when I do that, I'm getting a 2 by 2 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. And we know that that's identical over here. So whatever this cube is over here, it's what's going to be over here. So let's take 2 times 2 times 8. So 2 times 2 equals 4. Times that by 8, you get 32. So this current moment, this is 32 inches, or 32 cubic units, which means that this one over here is 32 because they're identical. Now, we're not done with 32 and 32 because we have to count the middle here. And it goes down 2 in length, 2 over, and 2 wide. So 2, 2, 2 is basically what I'm working with. 2 times 2 is 4 times 2 equals 8. So now I'm working with 32, 32, and 8. So 32, so we're going to add those 2 plus 32. Get you 4. 64 plus 8 gets you 12, trade your 1, 72 cubic units. So the answer is C again. So what you're going to take in account is looking at this and going, okay, I can break this into a box and do the cubic units of this. I can take this box and break it in and do the cubic units of this. And then I cannot forget my middle box. Now, the reason we can't just count them is because you're not going to see the underneath boxes of the ones in here. So I can't just count them and I would lose track of all of my counting. So it's just easier to do the math. Okay, so let's look at question number 3. Look at this figure. Which of the following figures has twice the volume of the one shown? above. So let's find the volume of the one shown above. So I go by 1, by 2, and then I go by the width, which is 2. So it's 2 times 2 times 1. So 2 times 2 is 4 times 1 equals 4. And what they want to do is they want to find the volume that is twice in length. So if the figure above is 4, my volume below has to be 8, right? So let's look at the first box. I have 1 in width, 1 in length, or in height, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 4. And when you take that, you go 4 times 1 times 1. This gets me 4 times 1 equals 4. That is not twice in the volume, so A cannot possibly be the answer. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, so here's my height, it's 1. Here is my width, it is 1. And let's look at my length. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 is my length. So I'm going to take 6 times 1 times 1. 6 times 1 is 6, times 1 gets me 6. Still not twice of what the volume is. Okay, so let's look at the next one. So let's go here. Here is my height. My height is 1. My width is 2. And my length is 1, 2, 3, 4. And my length is 4. So I'm going to take 2 times 1 times 4. 2 times 1 is 2. I'm going to times that by 4. So 2 times 4, that gets me 8. That is twice the volume of 4. Let's just check the bottom one, just to be on the safe side. So my height is 1. My width is 1, 2, 3, 4. And my length is 1, 2, 3, 4. So when I take that, I take 4 times 1 times 4. 4 times 1 is 4. Times 4 gets me 16. That is more than quadrupled the thing. So in reality, twice of the small one is actually C. Okay. Question number 4. The prism below shows the volume of 1,512 cubic centimeters. What is the volume of the first layer of the prism? So here's what you have to look at. The volume is this. So you have length times width times height equals 1512. They give me the length. Okay, that's 12. They give me the width, which is 7. And they do not give me the height. Okay? What is the volume of the first layer of the prism? So now we have to determine what it's truly asking us. It's not asking for the width or the height. It's not asking for the height. So we don't need to worry about that. What it's asking for is the volume. So this and this. I just want to know this. So when I take 12 times 7, right? Because it just wants the first layer. Even though it says volume, I'm only asking for the first layer. I'm not asking for all the heights of it. So they kind of gave you extra information here, in my point of view. So let's see what 12 times 7 is. Let's see if that's even an option. 7 times 4 is 14. Trade your 1. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 1 equals 8. So the first layer is 84. Now, had the question asked me what the volume of the entire prism was, I would have to take this 84 and times it by either one of these to get this answer, or I could have taken this number and divided by this to find the height. But it